Juan-O's world.
My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes alone. Hella pics, hella tips on my cash app. It's like hold up a minute. What up though, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to Juan-O's world. Man, so as usual, going through my day, listening to what I may hear on YouTube. You know, every now and again, sometimes you just put your phone on. I got YouTube Premium. So I put my phone on, it do the auto play. On my iPhone, it do the auto play. On my Android, you be having to pick the next video. So I don't know what be going on with that with Google sometimes. Seem like it should work perfectly because it's a Google phone. Never you mind that. I'm watching my expert opinion, or I'm listening to it, shall I say, my expert opinion. And Fat Joe, for the second or third time, I hear say something disparaging about Lord Jamar. And then he goes on to speak disparagingly about foundational Black Americans. And then he goes even further to use the N word while speaking derogatorily about a Black man in a room that had a nice amount of Black men in it. Now, some of these guys are not Black under the meaning that all four grandparents was born, you know, got that slave gene. Let's just call it what it is. That American slave gene. Some of them got that bourgeoisie slave gene from other places nearby. But let's go and get into what was said because this whole exchange kind of disturbs me. And people always be like, well, you don't understand the culture of New York and this, that, or whatever. Like, nah, New York is not the only melting pot. I'm in Detroit. Every nationality you can think of got their own corner of this bitch. And then there's cities or parts of the cities or neighboring cities where we all live together. But what we don't do is what y'all allowing out there in New York or California for that matter. It's like y'all allow all these other races or cultures to be a part of our culture while standing on the fact that we can never be a part of theirs. And it's like, well, why can't they just have theirs and we have ours? But that's not what's going on now, is it? That ain't what's going on at all. But check this out.
My God, the world changed on me, nigga. I'm like, yo,
you know what?
Where you been?
Let's get into that. Because I think people outside of New York, it's hard for them to understand, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Trinidadians, Jamaicans,
First of all, let's start.
What's hard for us to understand is how you let them nigga you, but you can't speak them. That's what we don't understand. Because when I'm kicking it with my Iraqi homie, if he can N-word me, I can A-word him. But y'all cupcakes know goddamn well you better not say the wrong word to one of them Ricans. But y'all let them say the wrong word to y'all all the time. To me,
let's start by this.
Around each other.
Let's start by this.
And let me speak on these other nationalities and names he just said. Again, I'm in Michigan. All of these people are here. It was never a Black person that walked up on a Guyanese and told him that we was different. It was the Guyanese that walked up on a Black person and told him that they was different, that we don't have no culture X, Y, Z. So don't tell us what we don't understand. It's only one thing we don't understand. Why y'all keep squirting KY jelly on your ass and holding your cheeks open out there? That's what we don't understand. I was just out in New York. It wasn't See, where I'm from, at least some of the stores is black owned. You know what I'm saying? Out there, the black people renting storefronts. None of them concession stands was even black owned leased, or none of the bodegas for that matter. So they would come to your hood, make all the money, and get to call you a nigga, but they would never, never, never sit with you while you call them a derogatory term in reference to their culture.
These rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just
Radical black racists. And we're talking about a Puerto Rican or a Cuban B. He might be Cuban B, who says nigga a lot, calling someone a racist. Now dig this here with Fat Joe. How many black people have you seen come up with Fat Joe? And I know what you would say, Remy Ma. Rewind. Remy Ma was broke, had to shoot a bitch over $1,000 if I remember correctly. And then when she came out of jail, she was hot. She gave Fat Joe new life. Not to say he was broke, but she damn sure gave him a second win of the career, a third or fourth win, because Fat Joe didn't have a lot. But how many niggas you seen him put on, bro? How many rich black people? We all know Pistol Pete. We all know Khaled. We all know, you know what I'm saying? We all know the Ricans around him. So while he's sitting there telling you he black, just by proxy, ain't no niggas around you that then came up. Not none that look like this.
let's just say that. Okay, it's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them.
Right.
Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them, who ain't black.
With these guys.
You want me to say it name? We're gonna give them too much clout.
I mean,
the FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the fuck these broke niggas is. I'm just keeping it a buck, and that shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Oh, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
Right.
So they telling a whole nother story. This was whoopity doop wop. Yo, bro. Far as I know, we're at Yankee Stadium right now, and it's hip hop's 50th birthday. And the guy who invented it, Grandmaster Flash, my brother carried his crates. My babysitters made up let me hear you say, ho. It's two girls, twins, used to babysit me. They made up, let me hear you say, ho. So they have a big problem, these guys, right? So they're against anybody who ain't with them. So this ain't a popular message. This ain't what everybody's saying. We might be giving them too much light right here is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
So there's a small minority to get on them Twitters and they running it up. We got a fucking Looney Tune like your man Lord Jamal, who's a fucking Looney Tune. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's a loony bin, right?
Highly disrespectful, Joe. Highly disrespectful. I ain't never seen Lord Jamar be a Looney Tune or a Looney Bin. But we all done seen you be an over-exaggerator / capper, suspected liar, poser. Low key, you like Chuck E. You running base for Esteban B. Low key. I mean, you know what? We're going to reserve that to the end of the video.
We just said that the drug of choice is attention. It's this and this and that. They get a guy who, he was a legend. He's brand Nubian.
Right.
And he's the wackest nigga in the crew. Be clear.
Now that's what bothers me. When a person that's like, just realistically, if we are a family and I'm sitting there with Fat Joe, you think he'd be cool with me saying, yeah, man, I like the beast nuts. Man, I love them niggas. They beast was tight. But you know, so-and-so is the weakest spick in the crew. You think that nigga be cool with that shit? And you see all these niggas, you got a nigga in there named Murder. You got a nigga in there named, these niggas got some horrible names. If a black person disrespect, they gonna ride, they gonna kill. But y'all let him sit there and, you know, this almost as worse as the California shit. But in the middle of America, I just want you niggas to know, in the middle of America, we don't allow that. It ain't even just a Detroit thing. We don't even allow that shit, just so you know. So it ain't that we don't understand you New York politics. We just don't understand why y'all allow whole shit like that. That's what we don't understand. Because I guarantee you, you couldn't go sit in a barbershop in the middle of the Bronx or wherever the Hispanics is at, and they do it, and you do an interview with them, and you drop that word, fucking mighty gone.
But now this nigga might be like trying to get lit, trying to say anything. The world's flat, to this, that, anything to go viral. I just told you I stopped my shit because I go too viral. I'm scared. I'm too viral.
Right.
Man, shut the fuck up, Joe. You too viral because you be capping. But make no mistake about it, this whole rapper on the internet shit, this whole ex-rapper on the internet shit, Joe Budden, Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar down there built Vlad TV, which is crazy. And he wasn't even trying to go viral, wasn't even getting paid. He was just sharing his thoughts. So like all that shit, come on, man. Like, and all y'all out there in TV land, don't never allow how somebody feel or how you feel for the moment to make you forget what you know about a person. We all know Lord Jamar ass ain't trying to go viral. If that nigga was willing to bend, break, or any of that shit in any type of way, he'd already be a bigger actor. That's a fact.
I think we in the information era, and some people just they see so many paths, they decide to pick one, and some of them ain't the most popular one. So, you know, they just.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that this opinion comes from a tribe.
Right.
It comes from a group of people who they hate everybody but them.
How do you know this?
Radical Jews, there's radical Catholics, there's radical Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Just, you know, there's radical anything. If you do enough of that shit, enough of in-house racism, you wind up looking at the world fucked up and you can't even move around.
Right.
You understand? So that's how this shit come about. These guys don't like nobody but them. They fuck that. This guy, well, how could he say this? How could he? Bro, have you been to my hood? Do you know where I'm from? You know, we did my brother's funerals.
Do you know where you from, Joe? Do you know where your hood is? Do you? I never hate to. I'm not the type to discredit what nobody's been through, bro. But never mind.
More black people than Spanish people at the funeral sitting next to my mother. Do you know where the fuck I'm from? But you trying to tell us what happened over here. All the legends I know, when I go to the legendary shit, they're all black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
They don't understand. They don't understand like that talk. They're like, yo, what the fuck is this about? Like, they're confused. The pioneers, the Grandmaster Flashes, the Cool Hercs, the Melly Mel's, the this. They're like, yo, we don't know what the fuck these people talking about. because they on Twitter and they doing a little something, but what I don't know what the fuck these people doing. Like, they're confused. They fucked with the wrong nigga. That's the problem. Fat Joe the wrong one. He always been the wrong one. He the Achilles of this shit. He gonna come out with that. So you remember Achilles? They wait for the nigga. They look. Is he coming out? Is he coming out? Achilles run out with the sword. Oh my God! They fucked with him.
And that's what really bothers me. Say he the wrong nigga, everybody in there bowing down to that shit. I guess he gonna get his crew of Ricans on motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Man, we're gonna dig back into this later. I don't even really know what to say, what not to say. It will be a part 2.